Ahlan wa sahlan! Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting. I want to share with you guys 7 things that I did with tips and how much it cost me to do them in hopes to make your visit easier or to inspire you to visit beautiful Morocco. Okay, so the first thing, I landed in Marrakesh and I stayed at a hostel called Earth Hostel. It cost me $13 for 4 days to stay there. It was a really cool hostel, but there are so many hostels around that you can also choose from. I recommend that you visit hostelworld.com and explore their rooms and the prices and everything like that. Okay, so I went to visit the bazaar. You can go to Marrakesh and not go to the bazaars or the souks. It has everything. It has carpets, spices, clothes, food, people, restaurants, great vibes. Like, it was just beautiful and it was insane at the same time. Everybody's trying to get you into their store and they speak so many languages: English, French, Spanish, Arabic, German. So the tip when you go visit the bazaars, do not be afraid to haggle. And also don't be afraid to say no. If you're a solo female traveler, someone says, "Hi, come in," be like, "Hi, how are you?" "No, thank you." That's it. Be polite, keep it moving. They'll never touch you. It's very safe. I've never once felt unsafe. So don't be afraid to haggle. Don't be afraid to say no. And most importantly, don't get lost, or try not to get lost. It's kind of fun to get lost because it's like you're in a new place. One thing that really helped me in Marrakesh especially is an app called Maps.me. So with Maps.me, you download wherever you're going ahead of time when you have Wi-Fi, and then you have access to the map offline. So second place I recommend you to visit, go ahead and take a walk in the actual Medina, the actual square, which is called Jamal Fana. In the main square, there are performers, there are musicians, there's food. It's an incredible experience that you can't miss. Make sure you grab a juice. They have these organic, fresh squeezed juices, stands all over. My 2 tips for Jamal Fana. Tip number 1, carry small change with you, because everywhere you go, if you look at someone for too long, they're gonna wanna charge you. If you look at a performer for too long, they're gonna wanna charge you. If you take a picture, they're gonna want to charge you. If you take a video, they're gonna want to charge you. Now, the charge is usually not anything significant. It's probably like 5 dirhams or like maybe 1 dirham or whatever you have on you. You can just give it to them. You know, these performers live off of the money that tourists give them. So if you are gonna take a picture of someone, just give them the money. You know, 5 dirhams to us is like 50 cents, which is nothing, but to them, it's a lot of money. Tip number 2, you must try the snail soup. It was my first time ever trying the snail soup, and I was so nervous, and I was just like, should I do it? Should I not? What the heck? I'm in Morocco. Let me just do it. I've always wanted to try it. So it was like very cheap. There are many people that are selling it. It tasted like mushrooms. It was very chewy. And it actually tasted pretty good. So I kept eating it. I didn't eat too much because I was full, but I would have it again for sure. I really like the snail soup. So that's my second tip. Try the snail soup. Third place you should go to in Marrakesh is a place called Kutubia Mosque. Now, Kutubia Mosque is right outside of the square, so it's within walking distance. All of these 3 places are all within walking distance. If they say you're not allowed to go into the mosque, please don't try and be smart and slick and go into the mosque. Just don't. The mosque is beautiful from the outside. You can take a lot of great pictures or videos or just enjoy the weather. And if you can't go in, that's all right. But if you can, please be respectful and walk around quietly, because it is a place of worship. And if you are Muslim, pray a few rakahs there as well. You won't regret it. Our 4th place that I recommend visiting is Jardin. I'm probably butchering the name, but it's a beautiful garden in Marrakesh. Now, the garden is about 60 dirhams. However, if you pay 100 dirhams, which comes out to approximately 10 US dollars, you can enter the garden, the Saint Laurent museum, and a special exhibit inside the garden. Here is my tip. Do not make the mistake that I made and stand online for 25 to 30 minutes at the garden to buy the ticket. Go to the museum and buy your ticket from the museum, because there's usually no line at the museum. Just tell them you want to buy the all-inclusive ticket. After you buy it from the museum, you have the choice to go to the museum first or go to the garden first. You can just literally skip the line, go to the front, show them you have a ticket, they'll let you right in. The whole line you see is people trying to buy tickets. Do not wait on a line. You've been warned. The garden is beautiful. Every corner you turn, there's beauty everywhere. You can just take in the sun, take in the scenery. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll see a few cats along the way. There are cats everywhere in Morocco, and they're so friendly. And yeah, it'll be an afternoon well spent for sure. Second garden you should visit is Jardin Secret. Probably again butchering the name, which is basically the secret garden, and it is 70 dirhams. It's a little bit on the expensive side because it's still fairly new, but it is beautiful, and there's usually no line to buy the ticket, and it's like a hole in the wall. It's actually located within the souk, and that's how I found it. I was walking and I was like, what is this place where everybody's going in? And it said secret garden. I'm like, okay. Again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's history. They have museums in there. They have a cafe on top where you can get food and beverages and just chill and take in the weather. Number 5, the Atlas Mountains. Now, you guys, I'm speechless, really. The Atlas Mountain was the most incredible experience I've had during my entire time in Morocco. It was beautiful. I'm going to put in the description box below the tour guide that I took. It was an 8-hour tour and it was $30, and that is all inclusive except for lunch. You have to pay $6 for lunch. Here's what happens during the 8-hour tour. First, you start off with a camel ride. They take you to a Berber village and you get on the camel and you tour around with the camel for about an hour. And then you go back and you watch the Berber women making breakfast, and then you have some breakfast that's included in the price. Okay? Next, you go to a place called Dar Argan, where the women show you how to make argan oil, and they show you the different types of oil, and the one that we eat and the one that you use for beauty, right? And you also have the option to buy oil. Obviously that's not included in the price. After that, you also have a second breakfast at the Dar Argan, where you try out the oil that they make, the nut butter and honey, which is very, very, very delicious. Next, you go on an hour hike or an hour and a half hike, where you just tour the Atlas Mountains and the 4 valleys, and that's the part that blew my mind. It is absolutely beautiful. The views are breathtaking, and you get to walk around and you get to hike for a little bit, and at the end of your hike you actually go to the tour's house. He takes you to his house, introduces you to his family, and gives you some tea, and we actually had him also give us clothes to dress us up as Berber women, wedding outfits. After you're done with that, you end the tour by going to lunch on the mountains, and that's the lunch I was telling you about. It's an extra $6 US dollars, which is about 60 dirhams. Number 6, the Xud Falls. The Xud Falls are the tallest waterfalls in North Africa, and it is beautiful. On your way to the falls, you will see a lot of vendors as usual and a lot of restaurants, and you'll also meet some very cute friends. The mountain monkeys. Oh my god, the mountain monkeys are so friendly. Have some change with you to buy some snacks. There are people there selling snacks for the monkeys, and just feed them. You are in their home. You are on the mountains in their home. That's where they live. So be mindful of that. They are generally very nice. They'll take pictures with you, they'll take videos with you. Yeah, and just enjoy it. After you're done with all the monkey business, go down to the falls and enjoy the breathtaking view of the waterfalls, of the mountains from the bottom. And actually there are a lot of restaurants and cafes along the way if you want to have some lunch or dinner there. Number 7, I left the best for last. Shaolin. Shaolin is one of the most beautiful cities I have ever been to. Shaolin is full of beauty at every single corner. There wasn't a place there where I walked and wasn't in complete awe of this beautiful city and the happiest, most kindest people. In Shaolin, you can get a full breakfast that includes tea, orange juice, cheese, olives, honey, eggs, and bread for $1.50. And it's delicious and it's filling. 2 places you should visit. The first place to visit in Shaolin is a place called Rossin, which is the water spring that supplies all of Shaolin with water. It's a beautiful place. There are vendors everywhere. There is also a man with an ostrich. So take a picture of the ostrich and tip him well. I give him 10 dirhams, which is approximately $1. Also, go down to the water. You're actually allowed to go inside the water. Just don't go in with your shoes like I did. That was a bad idea. The second place to visit in Shaolin is the Spanish Mosque. Now, the Spanish Mosque is about a 30-minute hike from Ras Al Ma. It's a paved road that's easy to walk up. Here's my tip. Try to plan it so that you're up there by sunset. It gets really packed by sunset, but plan that you're there maybe 10 minutes before so you're able to get a good seat and to get a good view. The actual mosque itself is closed and no one is allowed in. However, the view is beautiful. You can take a lot of pictures and videos and just chill, write, read, or draw. These are all the tips I have for you guys. As you can see, it's really cheap to travel Morocco. If I could do it alone as a solo female traveler, you can certainly do it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Please comment down below any questions that you have for me. I'll be sure to answer them. And don't forget to subscribe and share. And until next time, be good to each other.